Good Sunday afternoon to you guys. Welcome back to another episode, session, whatever you want to call it, of Live with me. We talking today. Um, we are going to talk about the distance between here and there and how some of the things that I've learned over the years, how to shorten that distance between where you are and where you're trying to go, whether it's financially, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, even physically, every aspect of your life. We all set goals and we all want to be somewhere other than where we are. Hey, don't forget, I told you we're trying new sets and different little things out. So today I look like I'm sitting outside in the sunshine, but it's all good. We're making some adjustments and we're just trying to do that to make the show a little bit better for you guys to view and give us some feedback. So let us know what we can do differently and we'll go from there. So anyway, last week we started a new series for the month of April, and it's talking about the distance between here and there. And if you remember, for those of you that were able to join us, we started talking about goal setting and short-term goals, long-term goals, and how to look for those benchmarks or set those benchmarks so that we'll know that we are in a constant progression forward. So many times we have the long-term goals down. We're good setting long-term goals. I want the job and I want the house, or I want the new car, and I want this, that, and the third. And those are long-term goals for most people. I don't think we ever take into consideration all of the little short-term goals that are necessary to make that long-term goal manifest or come into existence. And you know, you think about, you've got to get your credit together. You've got to go to the bank. You've got to, make sure your finances are good so that you can factor in, as for example of a car, you got to factor in the gas mileage and how much gas you're going to put in that particular car, and the car payment, and then the insurance, and then gap. And so all of these things are a culmination of little small benchmarks that you need to prepare for. And I think that so often we get to a place where all we're focused on is the long-term goals, and we just feel like it's taking so long to get there. Will I ever get there? I don't think I'll get there because it's taken so long. It didn't take that long for so-and-so to get it. It didn't take that long for whatever. But, what I come to understand for me is the fact that these short-term goals, or what I call benchmarks, and that was one of the terms that we used to use in school when I was teaching. There are benchmarks. So the way that you will know that by the end of the school year, the student met that long-term objective or long-term goal is that we had to test them at benchmarks, and that way we could tell if they were moving forward or not towards that long-term goal. And I think that that is so healthy. I think it's so necessary for us to be able to move forward and getting exactly what we want, or going from here to there. So that was a summation of last week and what we talked about. This took into consideration something that you have to do when it comes to getting from where you are now to where you want to be next. And that is visualization, or the law of attraction, if you will, manifesting. So we're going to talk about that for a minute, and how vitally important that is. A lot of times, if you remember several years ago, there was this big kick on doing vision boards. I think Oprah perhaps started that several years ago, where this is what you do. You put what you want in pictures, cutting out pictures of magazines and the lifestyle or the life that you wanted. That would help you get there because it keeps you in front of you. And that is so very true. Visualization, however it works for you, is a phenomenal tool to help you get to where you're trying to go. One of the things that I like to do, whatever it is that I'm trying to accomplish, whether it's weight loss or weight gain, or whether it's just a different state of mind, I always visualize myself or see myself there. And that, I promise you, shortens the distance. It shortens the distance between where you are and where you're trying to go. Appreciate you guys joining me today. Felicia, Catherine, thank y'all so much. So think about that for a moment. We just throw stuff out there. I want a new car. And the thing about that is that ain't the way it happens. You've got to be that magnet that draws that to you. And how you do that is you are as detailed as possible about what you want. So think about it. When you are wanting, say, for example, you want a Camaro and you just and nothing seems to happen. But then the more you visualize yourself in that Camaro and you say, I want a red Camaro, 5-speed. I want it to be this year, this make, this model, all of this stuff. Then all of a sudden, everywhere you look, you start seeing red Camaros everywhere. It may not be to the detail as yours is in your head, but you start seeing it everywhere. Every time you're driving down the highway, you pull in the parking lot of a car. That's called visualization. And when you visualize something and get as much detail with it as you possibly can, that is what's attracted to you. That's called the law of attracting. You're actually pulling it out of the atmosphere and bringing it into your existence. I have tried this, and when I tell you it works, I guarantee you, if you start small, just start visualizing yourself finding $10 or getting $10 in your hand and see what happens. And you got to keep an open mind about it, because it will come to you in the strangest way, whether it's a coupon, whether somebody gives you $10, whether somebody takes $10 off of a bill, or whatever the case may be. You watch and see. All you got to do is say, by the end of today or by tomorrow, so-and-so, I will have $5, $10, $20, depending on how detailed you are and then you let life happen. That's shortening the distance between where you are and where you want to go. The more you can see it in detail in your mind, the closer and closer it becomes. You got to remember, if it's a desire of yours, there's no way that it can be a desire of yours if it wasn't a desire of God for you first. Okay, just remember that. How did it get in your mind? Why didn't you think of it 10 weeks ago, 10 years ago? It comes as a desire at the right time so that you can start visualizing it so it can come. For example, if you want a new position on your job or whatever the case may be, you've been working on that job for 5 years. Well, all of a sudden now you've got the gumption to try for a new position. It's because it's time. It's time for you to get from here to there. So what do you do about it? You start preparing yourself to get that position by doing what a person in that position does. So it's that simple. That's called the art of manifesting. You're simply manifesting the desires that you have in your life, and it's available for everybody. It is for everybody. Hey, Forrestine, it is so much for everybody that you have to understand that it is that easy. Think about something that you want. Start small so you won't get disappointed. Start small and think about something that you want to have or to see happen in your life, and watch. The more you think about it, when you go to bed at night thinking about it, or you wake up in the morning and you're grateful for it, that is called attracting it. You're bringing it to you. There's a thing, I think, I don't know if it was Florence Shen or somebody said, I don't chase, I attract. Whatever I need, whatever is mine by divine right, it comes to me. All I got to do is acknowledge the desire that I have in my mind. Once I acknowledge that desire and I speak it and I talk it into existence, I then act like I have it. If you think about the Bible, it says Jesus said, and I can't remember the book or whatever, but it was something to the effect of, whatever you ask and believe that you have received it, the way it is written, it's written in past tense. That means basically that you got to act like you got it. So believing that you have already received it, and then you can have it. So many of us, I'll say all this stuff that we want, We say that we want to be this person or have that or do that, but we never act like we already got it. That's called faith. That's called belief. And that is called manifesting. Okay. So visualize yourself as being a multi-millionaire. You can't say, I want to be a millionaire, and then always talk about how broke you are. You can't say, I want to be somebody's wife, but never carry yourself like a wife should carry herself, or somebody's husband, and you don't ever carry yourself like that. You've got to act like you've already received it if you want to have it. Literally, that's how you shorten the distance between where you are and where you're trying to go. That is key. You already act like you got it, and then it comes. It will automatically show up. I promise you. I have tried it on several things, on multiple things that I wanted and I wanted to do or whatever. And the more I would visualize down to the detail, things started happening. And then I started seeing these little benchmarks. Some people call it synchronicities, little things that happen. You may call it coincidences. All these little things begin to happen in my life to let me know that what I've been praying for, what I've been believing, can actually happen, and it is happening right before my eyes. I started acting like I had it before I get it. Well, some of you might say, well, how do you act like you have it? How do you act like you already have it when you don't have it in your hand? One word. And I'm going to tell you that word. And after that, we're going to be done for today, because I want you to really think about this. Like and share this, because if you are dealing with this and trying to ingest this, then you got some friends and family that need to hear this too. If it's touching and resonating with you, it is going to resonate with somebody that you know. So the one word that will show God, the universe, that you feel like you already got it before you actually get it, is gratitude. That's it. Gratitude. When you can be grateful for it before you can get it. In the church vernacular, we say, don't wait till the battle is over. You shout now. That's exactly what that means. That means that you already know you got it. You already know you got the victory. You already know that it's in your hand. So simply give thanks for what you have already received before you receive it, and you shall have it. All right? Cool deal. Gratitude is the answer, and gratitude is the word for the day. That's how you shorten the distance from your here to where you're trying to go. You act like you got it before you get it, and watch what happens. Act like you're getting up in your little car that you're getting in every morning that you feel like is on the verge of breaking down. Every time you touch the door handle, every time you sit in the seat, you act like you're driving your brand new car. You park that car at the end of the parking lot the way you would your brand new car. You just act like you got it. And every time you get in it, every time you get out of it, thank you. Thank you for the brand new car that I have already received. Thank you. And watch what happens. Finances start coming in place. You'll start seeing the car everywhere you look. And that's God's way of saying, I heard you, and it's getting ready to be yours. All right. So think about that. Gratitude is the word of the day. The more you are grateful for it, the more you prove to God, to the universe, to source, that you are ready to handle it. All right. Y'all have a beautiful rest of the Sunday afternoon. It's too pretty to be inside. Get off of here. Go find something to do outside. Talk again later. Don't forget, like and share, and let somebody know how this has blessed your life, and watch it bless theirs too. We'll talk again next Sunday. Bye.